The Oklahoma City Thunder is a very young and a very nice team. Honestly, in my opinion, I can see this team being a championship contender in a few years, and this is why I'm here. I'm going to break down the OKC Thunder team. I'm going to break down their future. I'm going to break down the roster and why I believe within the next 5 years, this team will be champions. Now, before I get into it though, make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and tell me who's your favorite player on the Thunder all time. Let's break it down. First off, we should talk about what the Thunder did last year in the NBA. Last year, the Thunder were the 10th seed with a 40-42 record in the West, but here's the thing. There's some things that came out of that 40-42 record in 10th in the West that we have found. The big thing is Shai Alexander. This man had a season. He averaged 31 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists on 51% field goal shooting. He is showing that he's going to be one of the top point guards in the NBA. Like averaging 31 points, that was 4th in the NBA this year. This man had a heck of a season, and it showed because he was first team All-NBA this year. First team All-NBA for Shai Alexander at the age of 24. This guy is going to have a great career in OKC. So we know who the point guard of the future is in OKC. So let's break down the rest of the roster and see what else this OKC team got. At shooting guard, they got Mr. Josh Giddey. This man is kind of like a triple-double machine, I could say. This man, he likes to get some of them triple-doubles. Like this year, he averaged 16, 7, and 6, but he is still young. He's only 20. He has a lot of stuff he can improve on and work on his game. But like I said, I think it was a great year for Giddey, and I honestly think this man could shape and definitely be the shooting guard of the future for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Josh Giddey. I really like his game. Honestly, I think if he improves a little bit more, this man could be a really nice shooting guard of the future for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And like I said, he's only 20 years old. He has a lot of time. Jalen Williams, or J Dubb, they like to call him. He was pretty nice this year for the OKC Thunder, averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds on 3 assists on 52% field goal shooting. J Dubb, he was looking nice this year. Second Rookie of the Year voting. Honestly, I like what I saw from J Dubb this year. Honestly, he does got some stuff he probably should work on. I think he is going to work on what he got to work on. But otherwise, I really like J Dubb. I think he's going to be good to the starting 5 of this lineup for the future of OKC. It's going to be a huge part. They also got Lu Dort. Lu Dort is a huge underrated defensive player in the NBA. This season, he probably should have made all defensive team, even though he didn't. I'm kind of mad about that. I kind of wanted him to make it, but he didn't. But Lu Dort's defense is definitely going to help this OKC team. If this OKC team ever wants to go on a run, this is going to be their defensive guy. This is going to be their defensive presence. Lu Dort, huge underrated defensive guy. I think this is going to be a huge, big help to this OKC team if they want to go ahead and win a championship. I personally love Lu Dort. Think he's super underrated. Huge defensive piece for the OKC Thunder. Chet Holmgren is going to be a huge question for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Last year drafted 2nd overall, but here's the thing. Chet hasn't played an NBA game yet. He's played in the summer league, has not played an NBA game yet. In the preseason last year and before the season even started, he suffered a foot injury that kept him out the whole year. So he wasn't even able to play. Honestly, I like what I saw from Chet in college and like from Chet in the summer league. I want to know what y'all think though. What do you guys think about Chet Holmgren? Do you guys think he's going to be an all-star level player? I want to know what y'all think. I personally think he is going to be an all-star level player. I don't think he's going to for show right away in his rookie year. He's probably going to have some limitations with this foot injury, but I think the year 2 is going to be his year where he finally breaks out and finally does whatever because he's going to be finally over that foot injury. Let me know what y'all think about Chet Holmgren because like I said, I personally like him. Now after talking about the starting 5 of this OKC team, it's time to talk about the OKC's GM and their future draft picks. Mr. Sam has been cooking up a master class with these draft picks. This year he had 2 draft picks. The next year he has 4. 25 he has 4. 26 he has 3. And 27 he has 2. This man has so many draft picks from the trade that he was pulling off. This man was all around masterclass at the GM. Honestly, I really liked what he did and how he got all these picks because these picks are huge. He could either draft more players, which I recommend they draft more players, or I could say maybe they could trade for a superstar. But in my opinion, I just keep doing what they're doing because they're hitting on players. So I just keep doing that and not worry about trading for a superstar. Going into the draft, the OKC Thunder had a weakness, I could say, or the biggest weakness on this team was definitely the front court. So a lot of people expected the OKC Thunder to draft like a center. And guess what? They went ahead and drafted a center, but then the Sam did something interesting as the GM. He went ahead and traded that center for another guard, which is very interesting because this team has a lot of guards on its roster. When I mean a lot of guards on this roster, I mean a lot of guards. Thunder originally drafted Derek Lively here, but went ahead and did some trades, and like I said, they went ahead and drafted Cason Wallace out of Kentucky, another guard, which is a very interesting pick that a lot of people thought. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. Honestly, I really like this pick. I really like Cason Wallace. His defense is amazing that we've seen in college, and he also has some really great offensive abilities. Honestly, with the way this OKC Thunder team is with these guards, I honestly think he's going to fit in great in OKC. But I definitely think that the OKC Thunder still have front court problems, but I definitely think with Chet coming back next year, that's probably going to get fixed. They also still have them ton of draft picks like I mentioned earlier, so they can go ahead and draft someone or trade someone to help the front court. OKC is one of the most young and exciting cores in the NBA, and I really like the direction they're heading in. Honestly, I think they're going to be great, and I think next year they need to take the next step. This year they won a play-in game versus the 9th seeded Pelicans. I honestly thought they were going to go all the way and become that 8th seed and play Denver in the first round, but we all know how that went versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Honestly, they need to sit down and take the next step. Next step would be making the playoffs as a 7th or 8th seed. They got the players, they got the coach, they got the draft picks. They know what they're doing. I honestly see this team as a playoff team next season. I also want to mention I see Shai as a potential MVP candidate in the future. I definitely think he's going to be in the conversation in the future years with him already averaging 31 points this year. Honestly, as long as Shai doesn't get hurt, I don't really see anything slowing him down. Definitely think he can be an MVP candidate, and I think he even might win an MVP in the near future. I don't want to jinx anything, but if things really work out with this OKC team, I can potentially see them as a future dynasty. They got the pieces, they got the players, they got some great and insane players. They got a ton of draft picks. Honestly, I can see it happening. I don't want to jinx anything though. But when you really look at it, Shai's looking like a future MVP candidate. The controversial pick in Josh Giddey is now evolving into an all-star caliber player. The controversial pick in Jalen Williams is now evolving. And this is first year. It's going to be great to see what J Dubb does in his future years and how he evolves. Honestly, second rookie of the year voting, like I said earlier, that is already showing great signs. Lu Dort, one of the most underrated defenders in the NBA, like I already said, he's going to be the defensive anchor for this OKC team. Chet Holmgren hasn't played a single game yet, but I think he's going to be great. I really think he's going to be the future of the front court in Oklahoma City. They got tons and tons and tons and tons of draft picks. They're just going for days with them draft picks. It's honestly crazy. And they also have a GM that is honestly one of the best GMs in the NBA, in my opinion, and really smart, as you can see with these trades he pull off. I love this OKC team. Like I said, ton of potential here. They have a ton of potential. If you just break it all down, like I said, ton of potential. Like I said, I honestly see this team evolving and going to be championship contenders in a few years. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they are coming, and they are coming fast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It'd be huge appreciated. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're slowly getting there. It's coming though. Watch these two videos right here. These two videos, in my opinion, are great videos. I recommend you should go watch them. Also, like I said earlier in the video, comment your favorite OKC player all time. I'd love to talk about old OKC players because they've had a ton. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, it goes down a whole thing. And all of y'all, have a nice day.